All right, guys, here's part 2 of my wood graining technique that I do at home. There's lots and lots of wood graining technique videos on YouTube. This is just what I do. This is I'm always on a budget, and this is just how I do it. As I mentioned in video 1, this is a can of interior trim paint. It's called vinyl dye in the industry. This is light oak, and I basically, after prepping everything, I used 500 grit sandpaper and sanded everything off, and then I wiped it down with a wax and grease remover, and then I tack ragged it off. Then I went through and I basically put dust coat after dust coat after dust coat of this stuff on all these parts until they were completely thoroughly covered. I let them set an hour, and then I went right over it with this Rust-Oleum in a can. It's called Leather Brown, and this is just a brush on enamel. And I use a chipping brush. This is what's referred to as a chipping brush in the auto body world, because the bristles are pretty far out. They're pretty gangly looking, really. But anyway, this is used for like seam sealer applications and stuff. But anyway, it works awesome for wood graining because you get that sparse look in the two colors, especially around these little ledges and edges down inside these Regal panels. You can really get them bristles just kind of do that down in there. But anyway, I do one panel at a time. That way it doesn't dry on you. But I do about an 80 or 85% coating of the whole thing, just kind of sparse with the bristles. It won't thorough coat with that type of brush, which is good. And then I go back with a wadded up sack and just blot on it. It's kind of like a marbleizing technique. Those guys use like a plastic or a saran wrap or something, And there is a marbleizing stuff that you can put in the paint as well. But this is just how I do it. But anyway, after you get done blotting it, this is, pretty much what you get. It does give an appearance of wood grain, in my opinion. But this is just what I do. There's many different ways of doing it. But anyway, it turned out pretty dang nice. Now what I'm going to do, my very first coat of automotive high solids clear, I'm going to spray on this with a spray gun. I'm going to mix in just a little bit of maroon candy paint. And that's just to basically give it a more of a dark red color to make it look more like mahogany. And then after that, my next coat and the third coat will be regular clear, high solids clear. And that way, if I have to go back and color sand and buff, if the stuff doesn't lay out that great, I can go back and, I won't get to my candy coat. But anyway, guys, that's what I do. And it's just, it'll look like what you want it to look like in a way, Anyway, I'll go back with a silver paint pen. I'll do all my outlines around everything, and then I have some brushed aluminum look vinyl, and I'm going to cut pieces out to put the inserts in the factory dash panel here like they would have. And again, I'll go back here on the Buick, the raised Buick logo. I'll do the silver paint pen, and then I have the Regal black insert that sticks on there that'll go back in there, and I'll do the silver paint pen around all the parts. But anyway, I think it'll end up looking pretty awesome. I did it on my Cutlass Salon, and I was pretty happy with it. But I have not done the maroon candy yet, so I think it'll really kind of highlight it more and make it look better. But anyway, just how I do it, and $20 or about $20 for that stuff, for all the stuff. And you can do it yourself at home. Well, if you've got some high solids clear laying around. If you don't, you're really going to spend some money on that stuff.